everyone, my name is Violet. Thank you for tuning in to my channel. Today I will be doing a look with a cut crease. What I am doing right now is I'm taking the color Tangerine from the Watch Me Blush palette, and I am putting that color above my crease in my eyes. I'm just packing that color in and slightly sweeping it back and forth, the brush back and forth, to get the desired orange that I need. I've already done my eyebrows off camera, just to make this video a little bit shorter than what it would have been. So now I am taking the yellow from the Box of Crayons palette, and I'm going to blend that yellow on top of that tangerine color. And yellow is pretty much going to be my transition color, but I'm going to blend those two colors together. The brush I'm using is a eyeshadow brush by Wet n Wild that I found either Walmart or Dollar Tree. I don't really remember, but it's a Wet n Wild brush. You can find those almost anywhere. So while I'm blending this yellow and this orange together, I'm going back and forth between the orange and the yellow, the brush that I use for the yellow, to get the desired color that I want. After I blend the orange and the yellow together, I am going to go on top of that orange with the purple out of the Box of Crayons palette, and I'm going to slightly blend that color in. I don't want to blend too much of the purple, but I am making right where my crease is, I'm making it darker so that when I get ready to cut my crease, it'll be easier for me to do that. After I blend that purple in, I'm going to go on top of that with the green out of the Box of Crayons palette and slightly blend that on top of that purple. Some people use brown or black, but I didn't want to go that dark, so I decided to use purple and green to give me that effect that I needed. I'm not a huge fan of cut crease looks. I feel like they're tedious. I know how to do them, and I've watched so many videos on how to do them, but that's just not my favorite, one of my favorite things to do. But I will be doing more looks with them. The brush that I'm using is a flat brush. It's an e.l.f. brush. I'm pretty much using this brush to just carve out my crease. This type of brush is also good to sculpt your brows with. That's the same brush that I actually sculpt my brows with. It gives you a really good arch. So to blend this concealer down, I am using the Deluxe Crease brush by Real Techniques. It's really an eyeshadow brush, but it is really good for blending out concealers. Then once I blend that down, I'm going to start packing the colors that I want on top of this concealer that I cut my crease with. The color that I cut my crease with, it is Porcelain by LA Pro Girl Concealer. The color that I just put in the inner corner of my eyes is white. It's out of the Box of Crayons palette. Now I am taking purple from that palette. I'm taking the matte purple because it's two purples inside of that palette, but I'm taking the matte one, not the shimmery one, and I am putting that in the wing part of my crease, my cut crease. This is my first time ever doing a wing cut crease. I normally do half cut creases when I do them. Now I am taking the turquoise color and I'm packing that next to the white. Now I'm going to be using my stack pigments, the blue, the darker blue out of those pigments, and I'm going to mix that on top of with the darker blue that is in the Box of Crayons, and I'm going to blend that in next to the turquoise, in between the turquoise and the purple. And I'm going to be going back and forth between the purple, turquoise, and the blue, just to make sure that they all blend together really well. I was listening to music when I was doing this look, so if you see me bobbing my head and shaking my head, it's because I was listening to music. Now I am taking my NYX or NYX liquid liner, the matte liquid liner, and I am just drawing my winged liner. I cleaned that up, and then I cleaned it up with concealer. This is leftover concealer I had from when I cut my crease, so I just decided to go ahead and use that to clean up my liner. And I'm going to blend, I'm blending it out with the Real Techniques brush. I know this shade is really light for me, but once I put my foundation stuff on, it's not going to be as light. I used to suck at wing liner, but I've gotten a lot better, and I'm only going to keep getting better. I really like this brush. I have to get more of these. Now I am carving the top part of my brows before I put the foundation on. That way I won't mess them up when I do my foundation. I am using 375 by Maybelline Fit Me. I don't remember the exact name of it, but I am mixing that with Expresso by Black Radiance. The concealer that I'm highlighting with is Toffee by LA Pro Girl Concealer. I am blending this concealer. I'm blending my highlight out with the Real Techniques brush, or sponge. I really love these sponges. They are really good. They're better than the Beauty Blender sponges that were trending some years ago. What I usually do is when I do highlight my face, I let the concealer sit on my face for a few minutes before I blend it out. I feel it gives a better coverage when you let it sit versus just putting it on and blending it out. When you let it sit, it gets a little tacky and it gives you more of a full coverage than just blending it out and it has that watery look to it or feel to it. Sometimes it can be a little bit harder to blend, but I've been using it for so long, so it works pretty good for me. I'm using my foundation brush, which is a flat brush that I found on Amazon. I'm using that brush and I'm just blending out my highlight. You may see like some really harsh lines or some really light spots on my face. I'm just using that to just blend it out. And what I'm setting my concealer with is some setting powder by Luscious by Lynn. It is the No Shine Translucent Powder. The name of that company is AC Cosmetics. It's a black-owned cosmetic company. I really love this powder. It does a really good job of setting, and it doesn't leave flashback. And I'm putting that powder over my brows just to set my brows because I have oily skin. Now I am contouring with Hot Cocoa by Crayon Case out of the Watch Me Blush palette. And I'm just taking a Real Techniques brush and just blending everything together. I am putting, the blush I'm using is Strawberry Cream out of the Watch Me Blush palette. Now I'm just touching up my brows just to make them darker and give them more of a defined look that I want. I'm putting on Lashes by McKiwi Beauty. I'm lining my eyes with NYX white liner, and then I'm putting the color that I used on my eyeshadow on top of the highlighter I'm using is Trophy and Old Banana by Crayon Case. This is the finished look. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be posting more looks. Thank you.